everyone, Jenny and Mona here. How are you all doing? Hi Jerry, hi Ready Go. Congrats for Ready Go to once again grab first. Or as we call it, the lead mechanic. I really appreciate your help, Ready Go, with this. For the rest of chat, we are currently looking into getting a new PC. And someone told me that it's better to get the PC in parts than get a pre-built PC. And that it's ultimately cheaper. So yeah. Thank you, Ready Go, for helping me with this. Last night was so horrible, by the way. Like, it was not good. First, it was okay. For the first 4 hours, I got to sleep fine. Then, at midnight, someone accidentally called me. And I have my phone, my iPhone, which is on vibration, below my other phone. Which ended up causing a reverb, which made the vibration so much louder. And so, in a half sleepy voice, I took the call and was like, what's going on? And the person was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you. And so, I went back to sleep for 2 more hours. Then I woke up again, and my brain was like, hey, you know that code that you're making and those problems that you were having? Here's ideas how to solve your code. Better write that down, because otherwise you're not gonna remember it when you need it. So, I wrote down my ideas for what I'd want to do for the code at 2 a.m. And then around 3 a.m. I wanted to go back to bed. But Tara, my sweet little Tara, my cat, one of my cats, had different ideas. He decided that he is going to terrorize me for 2 hours. Knocking things off the shelf, ripping up paper, trying to bite the charging cable. And I was like, okay, fine, I'm gonna play with you a bit. Then you're gonna calm down, right? No. He did not calm down. He only calmed down after I gave him food. That's when I finally was allowed to get some more sleep. Which is partially the reason I'm late today. But not fully. Because after I woke up, I went on YouTube and I was like, I'm gonna do some voice training for singing and stuff. I did not do that. I got distracted. by watching a live stream of another VTuber, which is the actual reason I'm late. I just kept watching until they were done. Instead of doing my voice training and prepping for stream. And so, after I ate something and took a shower, I finally got ready for stream. 1 hour later than planned. And here we are. We definitely got a luck in today. There is so much we have to do. So, yeah. That was basically my morning. Thank you for the hat pad. Oh yeah, since last time I made a little bit of a change to the code. Or rather, not to the code, but I changed some settings. And the game feels a lot nicer to play now. So, let's start by me showing off that. You will very much see the difference between before and now. Of course, it takes like a minute to load everything. This is also a reason that we need a new PC, so we're not gonna wait a minute for stuff to just load. Yeah, and also, we got these vending machines from Aneko. And of course, first thing you see is a Grim flying by. Of course. Hi, Grim. He just casually be flying till he reached the ground. Then he can't fly anymore. Never mind! He just needed a box. Dudes is on a mission! Holy shit! Okay. He can't get past the loading box, but dude was on a mission. Like, holy shit, look at this. Dude's on a fucking mission. And also, you see already, the running is a lot faster than it was before. Which, honestly, this feels nice. This running speed feels very nice. Then also, we fixed something. Kind of. Let's see. Okay, boxes are hilarious. The thing is, what we fixed is we're not gonna do the edge thing anymore. Not as much anyway. It's very unlikely for it to happen now. But what we do is we actually can just launch the... We can actually kick the boxes now. Holy shit. Unless it's like 3 boxes. Even then, we can push them like, whoa. Hi, Lucine. How are you doing? So, what are my plans for today? Honestly, it's still the same plans. As last time. You're just playing Minecraft? That's nice. Ba-da-ba-da-da. But yeah, what is our plan? Let me grab my notes. First up, we are going to implement the dash charges. Which, I now have a pretty good idea how I want to do that. Of course, I don't perfectly remember what my thoughts were at 2 a.m. But thanks to me making some notes, I kind of remember. Good thing I made those notes. I would not have remembered. I would have been so upset. As for the grams, our sweet little grams, they still have, obviously, their jump doesn't feel really satisfying yet. So how are we gonna fix this? I think the trick on fixing the grams is to change their gravity scale mid-code, like during code. So when they jump, they get lighter, and when they're supposed to stop jumping, they get heavier. We can call this ground gravity and jump gravity. And this should allow us to basically just have the grams jump perfectly. Also, I think the reason the forward jump isn't working as the way I intended it before is because before, like, because of the pathfinding, I think the pathfinding literally stops the max speed from happening. So he can't really accelerate. That's what I'm assuming. He can't get closer with a jump. So, I say first we're gonna work on a Grem jump. So, let me actually swap scenes again, because stuff like that is best done in our little development test room. Alright, there we have our Grem. Who, honestly, wait. Yeah, you don't have the circle collider, good. Alright. Oh, you shouldn't have to circle that, right? Yeah. Alright. Now for the code. For the code. Not seeing scripts. Grem movement. I did simplify the code since last time. Okay, you guys. It's still starting up. First up, we're gonna change this time to jump time. And gonna rename this jump time. And we gonna make another float called jump duration. Let me check if you guys actually see what I'm doing. No, you don't. Of course you don't. Window capture. Coding. There we go. Now you see what I'm doing. And we're calling this jump duration. Also, we want jump duration. That's also, let's make this big and this big. This big. And jump time. Small. Jump time. There we go. And jump time. There we go. Let's see. We're gonna make let's see. Obviously, jump. Jump duration equal 0. Why are we doing this before this? So, what I'm gonna do during the gram jump or basically, can I do this in the gram jump? Or should I? No, this should work in the gram jump, right? So basically, what I want to do is I want to get the gravity scale. I want to use the gravity scale and basically just reduce gravity during the jump and then increase gravity after again. That way we get a long jump. That's the idea. But also I need to go to the toilet. Be right back. I'm back. Welcome back, yeah. But how is everyone doing? What are you all up to? Let's also do body 2D and call this Grem body. And then at start we do body equals copy all right, and then do all right. This works. So, for the more experienced programmers in chat, what would be better? Make the gravity thing its own function or put it into the jump? It's probably better to put it in the jump, right? Ba ba da da da. And jump duration plus equals time dot. Actually, let's cut this. And put this here, just so it certainly works. Then do grim body gravity scale equals for now 0. I'm gonna change that in a moment, just so to see if this works. Yes, so float jump public so I can set them into the thing. Jump gravity and float ground. The idea of this is that basically during the jump we have a lower gravity. This also means we have to use much less force to actually do it. So, actually, let's move this upwards. Oh, wait. Okay. Equals jump gravity. And then during the And then do Graham Landing. Let's make... Void... Graham... Landing. And then... Make another public for airtime. Airtime. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Let's see. Wait, this should all... Why is it like this? Anyway, let me think. Well, the only thing this actually has to do is... While... No, not while. D... Dot... Gravity scale... Equals... Ground gravity. That is all this has to do. And then we say here, while while Jump time. Jump. Duration is smaller or equal airtime. Bigger jump duration is bigger than airtime. Do Graham landing. There we go. Now, if my idea is correct, then this should make it so... First of all, we don't have to use any ridiculous force anymore. For the thing. For the Grems, we don't have to use ridiculous force anymore to jump. Also, we can make sure if they are supposed on the ground, we can make the gravity so high that they're on the ground for sure. And the moment they're supposed to be in the air, we can set the gravity just right for them to jump high enough and then basically fly as long as we want them to. That's the idea. Now, this is all theory. Let's see how this holds up in practice. Let's see again. Yeah, at the start, jump duration gets set to 0. And once jump duration is higher than airtime, they get the gravity landing. Yeah, this should work. Now let's see how this holds up. Jump duration. First off, let's put the jump interval to 1 second. If they can jump longer, then they don't need to jump as often. And say jump duration to 0.7. Gram body should be set automatically. Then jump gravity. Let's put it to similar to like the player. 4.5 is I think the players. 4.8. 4.5 is fine. While ground gravity we say Well, currently it's too low, clearly. Because he's still flying sometimes, so let's put it to 60. Oh wait, jump duration is not something we should set. Because jump duration is getting set here and set here. It takes a moment to load. Been looking, and it's really... The last two gens had major degradation issues unreleased, therefore lost all favor and trust from the consumers. So you're saying that the 2000 PC is probably my best bet then? With the DDR5. Because if what you're saying... If I read what you're saying, then... It's probably... But then I kind of want to get a budget. But still good... around 2000 PC for DDR5. I'm fine if it doesn't last forever. It just needs to last me a couple of years, so I kind of want to go low budget, but still holds up for the next few years. That's kind of what I want to go for now. So I'm fine if it lasts me like 3 years. Or 4 years. That's fine for me. At that time, I can upgrade again. But yeah, so we make this code. Let's see. Airtime 0. Let's say 0.7. And then let's see how... we don't need that much anymore, so let's go with 100 for now. And let's see. making sure that... Yeah, I thought as much. There we go. That's fine for me. Also, I forgot I have to deactivate the spawn manager enemy. Hello? I think Unity crashed. Guys, I think Unity crashed. Well. Ba-ba-da-da. 2K is not considered by any means budget. Oh, really? 2K is high-end? Alright. So, I have to use the task manager here. Because Unity doesn't even let me close Unity. We're about to find out if I'm satisfied. Yes. Ah, okay. Well, that's good then. I'm glad we're getting a good PC. Though I will always remember, I was a VTuber who started with a laptop and a Steam Deck, and I'm proud of that. Most people would look at that and would say, you can't stream like that. But you can. It's just not great. Alrighty. No. Let me grab the Grim, because the Grim is apparently not in the scene. Let me also make sure the spawn manager doesn't spawn enemies. He doesn't. Then let's see. Graham, what's your settings? Jump gravity. We set 4.5. Ground gravity we set 60. And airtime we set 0.7. And we're setting this to 1 second. Alright. And jump force 100. And now let's see how this is done. Also, do we really need that many objects? No. 4 objects is fine. Let's see. What do you think, Chad? Is this going to work the way I intended it? What is going on? Something is not working as intended. Clearly. I limit myself to 15 FPS to remember the times I was gaming from an integrated GPU laptop. But holy fuck, what is going on? That's literally the opposite of what I wanted to do. Something I did, my PC doesn't like at all. A memory leak? This didn't happen until I changed this code. Are you actually seeing the code? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It was working until I did this code. Wait. Is it? This is the one thing that I can imagine. And also... Wait. Maybe that's the problem. So, now it's certainly always set. Maybe that was the problem, that jump duration got never set. Could that be what caused the crash? Most likely a while loop. Most do a lot of memory leaks. Check the checks for them. Well, now it technically should definitely like. Now it should probably work without crashing. But let's see. Otherwise, I have to find a better method. Wait, Wait. Would an if statement work here? I might not even need a while loop. An if statement would work here, wouldn't it? If... I don't actually know how to send the code. I'm sorry. Also, Festra, Gremlining, sets the gravity scale to ground gravity. If. If. Now let's check this. No, I generally don't know how it works with actually sending a script. I'm sorry. Is it allocating some self-reference data structure that... I guess I could do that. It's not that big of a code. You can join my Discord. And then then I can add you. Okay. True. Discord limit is pretty low. Anyway. Maybe it already works. Let's figure this out. Maybe the fixes we just did already work. One second. Jump gravity 4.5. Ground gravity 60. Airtime 0.7. And 100. Let's do this! Will you look at that? What is happening? Why are you... Why are you not pathfinding? Why are you not pathfinding? Okay, this kind of works. Set this to 200. Okay. This works, though. This works. Now we just need to fine-tune this. And I think the jump duration is already fine. Have a good luck, Dark. So, let's say 300. And put this to 0.8. And let's see how this does. It does have the side effect that when we jump over it, it actually jumps higher. We have a gram on our head! Woo! Look at the little gram! Look at the little gram sitting on top of our head. That's actually kind of cute. That's actually kind of cute. He's just chilling now. He's just chilling on our head now. He's just chilling on our head now. Anyway, let's see. His normal jumps can still be higher, so let's put you to 600. What if I increase you to 100? Uh, 1,000. Just to see. Now he does a ground pound. um, 600. Now, 100 was kind of fun. 150 maybe? Hmm. 150 feels kind of okay. Maybe just a little bit more. The goal is to make sure that even when he does his high jump, he reaches the ground after. Yeah, this works. Most of the time, at least. Yeah! We have now working grams. I'm now absolutely happy with them. And they are definitely a proof of concept that the jumping method works. And honestly, this wasn't intended, but I kind of like the idea of them trying to jump a bit higher when you try to jump over them. When you jump close to them. I kind of like that idea. Makes them a little bit harder to dodge. Because normally they're just like, doom, 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 doom. I'll do these small little hops. Now for the cronies. I know I called this Grim Jump, but basically the cronies almost need the exact same script. Except, they have the on-trigger stay. I guess I can give... I guess I can give the Grem still the collider. And then I can just make this one code. Yeah, I think that's better than writing an entire new script. One thing we're gonna change then is we're gonna call the rigid body not Grim body, because it's not just for the Grims. It's enemy body. And now we just need to change that everywhere. And let's also call this enemy landing and enemy jump. Because this works basically for every jumping enemy. And call this... There we go. Of course, now it would... I don't know if it's a good idea to rename the class. Does renaming the class cause any problems? Does anyone know that? Can I still call this enemy movement? Or should I not do that? Anyone in chat know? Let's just... Also, we need to somehow differentiate between the different things, so... How would I do that? Different bulls? Wait, I have an idea. That is for later. When we even add more enemies, this is actually gonna be useful. Public bool. Public. Exactly, public. Not public, public. The way I do is now is going to let me do this a lot more modular. Because the way I think of it now is I can do I don't know if it's a good idea to have an if statement and an if statement, but it's probably gonna be fine. Jump continuous equals true. So, if I got this right, now, actually, isn't that even more performant? Because, like, no, it's not actually gonna be more performant for a single enemy, but in total, like, this is only gonna get calculated if jump continuous is true. Though, of course, enemy jump and enemy landing are technically still gonna be part of it. It's just, this one is continuous with an interval. So, I mean, this one is still gonna have an interval too. But we only want, the triggered jump, we only want to activate on trigger stay. Actually, triggered jump. On actually triggered on stay is actually even better. No, it's not. Jump on stay. Now it's very clear what is meant. And later, I might do a triggered jump that is on trigger enter. And so I can kind of upgrade from that. actually. With every jumping enemy, the enemy landing is always gonna happen, right? So... Nah, it's better like this, I think. And... Anyway, let's do... What also do we need to get? Wait, how does the enemy handler do this? On... Blah. On trigger stay 2D. If ba-ba. Triggered on jump stay equals true. Then we need to get the this. Except it's trigger, not collision, but... no, wait. It is collision. And then basically do this. Yeah, it still needs the interval, so... Ba-da-da. Actually... yeah, so... that's it, I think. Let's see if I did everything correctly. Okay. So, with the gram, jump continuous, yes. Quick test if this works. After that, we're gonna add all of this into the actual prefab. Right. Did I do it during runtime? It's fine though. Graham. My god, Graham. Yeah. So now for the actual gram. Enter wall 0.8. Jump gravity 4.5. Ground gravity 170. Airtime 0.7. And jump continuous. And what was your 300. No, not on stay. Now, let's add the script to the cronies as well. Yeah, we're still calling it Grem movement script, but trigger on stay. Interval, let's say 2 seconds. Jump gravity 4.5. Ground gravity 170. Airtime. We want them to have a bigger jump than the Grems, so let's go. Let's go 1 point. Let's go with 1 second for now. And let's also give you 300. Alright. If I did everything correctly, they should now behave very differently. But also, trigger. Radius of 4 maybe? I don't know if that actually changes it for this one. It does. 4? Nah. 4 is too little. Let's go with... 6? 6 seems fine. Maybe. Maybe 8. Yeah, 8 seems fine. So now the cronies shouldn't jump all the time, only if the player is actually near them, then they should jump at the player. Okay, let's remove the Grem. The Grem is fine. We don't need the Grem anymore. So, let's delete the Grem. It's time to test the crony, who is not yet fine. I'm not fine with you yet. Your jump time is not good enough. control your... Maybe actually... Maybe your radius is too big. So let's reduce your radius first. Down to 6. Let's do give him a little bit more jump time. Let's say 1.2. The Gramship felt fine, but here I feel like I'm missing something. I do feel like he should accelerate. That's, however, I have to do off stream because I have an idea, but I don't quite know how to handle it. But for now, I think the crony is fine as well. Once I figure out how to do that, I'm gonna add... I'm gonna set this as well, that the movement is set via code. So that I can actually control the speed during airtime, giving them more speed during airtime. If I can do that, I think they're starting to become very satisfying. This, however, will do it for today's stream. I thank everyone for joining today. It's been lovely to have you all here. And I'll see you all tomorrow. I will still work some on my own, but this is it. We managed to pretty much get the cronies working. We got the Grems working. And yeah. Thank you everyone for joining. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.